Welcome to 2014 Clegg Drive in Cedar Park, located in the established community of Buttercup Creek. This is a 2003 built home, and it's currently offered at $550 and puts you right in the heart of it all. Just minutes from 183, 183A, and all major employers. You're going to love the easy access to shopping, dining, and everything that makes Cedar Park one of the most desirable places to live here in Central Texas. And let's go take a quick look inside. So we're here at the front entrance of 2014 Clegg Drive. And this is, like I said, in Buttercup Creek. So Buttercup Creek is an established neighborhood. When I say established, it was one of the original neighborhoods built in Cedar Park after its incorporation in the early 70s. Buttercup starts at 183 and goes all the way to Anderson Mill, which is pretty much almost a span of Cedar Park. So if you see, you've got the cream front entry, columns, and very large windows. So let's take a look inside. Oop. And what you're going to see here in this front foyer is what I call a very classic 2013 home built here in Cedar Park. The front entry, you're going to have very high ceilings coming in, and you're going to have what I call the formal dining and formal living setup. All right, it's always right off of the front door. In newer homes, you see this converted into an office, that's, has the same similar maybe a door, and this area here is repurposed. So very common in the year of 2013. So coming through, you lead straight into the kitchen, and you're going to see, I love the island, and it's a nice touch to offset the white. Well, it's not like putty cream. It's not like stark white, which I like. Got the gas. You have what looks like marble, but this is some kind of a composite, I think. Not quite sure what it is. Maybe quartz. Undermounted sink and 36-inch cabinets. So all very nice touches. And you have what you would have a smaller eating area right in the kitchen, right? So that kind of gives you a table for scale with the lighting. And that opens up immediately into the laundry room, where you got the little Harry Potter room, under the stairs for storage. Good storage. And then that leads you directly into the garage, which is a double door garage. So they have them both with an opener. I like the extra storage. It's some good steady extra storage that they have above the vehicles. And you have, again, the pull down to the attic space, which tells me you have some kind of mechanical in the attic with your water softener down. I like the water softeners in that's hidden up there, so you probably have to move that in order to open it up. Duly noted. I like the water softeners in the garage, especially like off of a laundry room, just in case they bust, and you just have water in a very small area with not a lot of carpet and whatnot. So that's nice. And that does happen sometimes. With proper maintenance, it won't happen. So then you've got to transition to the main living, with your gas fireplace with gas logs, and you have carpet. So most likely they have the TV over there, maybe over here. I don't know now. Could probably go either way. I feel like maybe you sat this away, because you have the fireplace over here and the TV over here. That feels right. That feels like what it should be. And then we can go out to the backyard. So If you like these videos, guys, I keep doing them. I love having feedback, whether it's a subscribe or, whoop, there went a lizard, 2 lizards. A like, a comment, or subscribe. Those are all wonderful things to do for a channel because it keeps me doing the things that I like to do, which is going to see houses. That's my job, see houses. And then I get to share it with you guys. So, yes, you see a lot of dirt back here. And the culprit is that, in my opinion, that tree right there. That's an oak. And it loves, it's very, oaks need a lot of nutrients. And sometimes it comes at the sacrifice of grass. So be creative with your backyard. And that is tiled. I'm sorry, not tiled. What am I saying? Paved all the way through to the front with your opening back to the front up there with a nice tree. Pretty nice tree. And as you see, we have almost four side brick. It's not uncommon for the top on the 2-story back here to have hardy plank. It's very common for the top half to have hardy plank and the bottom half to have brick. I'd still call this a 4-side brick with some hardy plank. So I like brick personally because you don't have to paint brick, right? You just don't have to paint it. There's not as much upkeep on it. You don't have to seal it. You don't have to caulk it. Just let it breathe. So this is the master down. Pretty good size, right? So you've got, that's not a king size, but I know a king size would fit. At least, well, if not on that wall, it could go on this wall, or even that wall. So pretty good size. And it leads to a double door where you have your separate tub and shower. So you have a vanity over there. You've got your corner tub, and then you have your vanity over there. That's a little taller over there. Then over here, it's a little lower, slightly. All right, maybe about 2 inches. So that will allow you to sit and do your thing. Got storage here. Who doesn't need storage? Everybody does. This is going to be your toilet. All self-explanatory there. And then you have your double dowel rod. Oh, not all the way around. So you have your single dowel rod here, and then double all the way around. So good size closet. It does what it needs to do, hold your clothes. So that leaves the rest of the bedrooms up. So we are going to go up the stairs. And this looks like this carpet has been replaced at some point. This is obviously not the original carpet. It would be over 20 years old, so that's just not possible. So this has been replaced at some point. That's a very large piece of furniture. So I'm saying that easily a couch and TV for secondary living would easily fit up here. And you have your 3 bedrooms up. So you have your 3rd bedroom over here, and it's kind of a standalone. Actually, no, this has got an ensuite. What am I saying? Wait, I'm confused now. This is what I call a classic Jack and Jill. So you have your closet here, you have a bedroom here, and then you have your toilet and your shower, which this has been updated. This is not original. This has been updated by the owner. So you have basically a step-in shower, right? It goes up pretty much all the way to the ceiling. The tile's been updated, right? And that swings over into another bathroom part, the vanity portion. So you could have two people, one person getting ready over here, one person taking a shower, and another person getting ready over there, all separately with doors. So if you got a lot of kids, that's nice. So this leads into a 2nd bedroom, right? This is kind of like in the middle of the house. And that's a full-size bed. Let me back up a little bit. So that's a full-size bed. And you still have room for a chair. And then you've got a dresser. So not a small room. And then you have your walk-in closet. Ooh, I didn't turn the light on. Where is the light? Can't find the light. Nice size closet. I mean, for a kid, it's a ginormous closet, in my opinion. And then you have the bedroom in the front. So this bedroom doesn't have an ensuite access to the bathroom. This one is, maybe you would consider this a guest room, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how you fly. But this faces the front of the house. So, front of the house. So like I said, I love doing these videos. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to see us privately. Love to be able to do that for you. So we are going to go back downstairs and see it from every angle. This is a walk down. And we've made a complete and full circle. So again, this is 2014 Clegg in Cedar Park. It's in Buttercup Creek. It is ready and waiting for its next buyer. And I will see you next time.